Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the YouTube channel of Ranker Buzz. Today, we are here with another session with respect to the Judicial Service Examination. In the last session, we have discussed about the Judicial Service Examination, the pattern of the Judicial Service Examination in different states. So today, we will be dealing with the Judicial Service Examination of Delhi. So let's start the today's session that is on the Delhi Judicial Service Examination Scheme. So those who want to pursue the judicial service examination after completing the LLB, this particular session is very important for those people. As we all know that Delhi judicial service examination is already under process of the 2022 का जो vacancy है, that is already under process, and the examination is going to take place on 24th of April. The prelims exam will be taking place at 24th April 2022, and this time the vacancy is around 123. So a good number of vacancies this year. So it is a very good opportunity after completing your LLB from either from the 5-year LLB or from 3-year LLB. You can go for this examination after completing your LLB. It is a very good opportunity to become a judge in Delhi, judicial officer. So first of all, who conduct these examinations? So this particular examination, most of the examinations related to judicial service is mainly conducted by the high courts of the respective, the states or the UTs. And when it comes to the Delhi Judicial Service Examination, then this examination is conducted by Delhi High Court. That is the High Court of Delhi. This time invited online applications from eligible candidate. As I've already told you that this application was the online application portal was open till a few days back, and now it is closed, and now the examination is going to take place at 24th April. So it is a very good examination. The level of the examination is very good. You have to prepare well if you are going to appear for this examination. So now look at the eligibility criteria, which is there when it comes to the Delhi Judicial Service Examination. First of all, which is a common thing, that is a citizen of India. A citizen of India can only apply for this particular vacancy. Then you must be a practicing advocate in India, or a person qualified to be admitted as an advocate under Advocates Act 1961. So there are two things: either you already practicing, you are already enrolled in any of the bar councils, or it has also mentioned, or a person qualified to be admitted as advocate. Means if you have already qualified the LLB exam, you have completed your LLB, that means now you are eligible to enrolled as an advocate under the Advocate Act 1961. आप जो है एक advocate बनने के लिए eligible है. Then also you can fill this particular form, that is the Delhi Judicial Service Examination ka form. Now the age criteria is 32. Age criteria is 32. 32 साल की उम्र तक you can give this examination till you achieve the age of 32. You can give this examination. But there are relaxations for certain sections. Like for example, here, in case the candidate belongs to the scheduled caste or scheduled tribe, the upper age limit is relaxable by 5 years. Means the people belonging to scheduled caste and tribe, they can give this examination up to the age of 37 years of age. Okay? 37 years that you can give this examination if you belong to these categories. Now, the upper age limit is also relaxable maximum by 5 years in the case of ex-servicemen. Okay? Ex-servicemen who has already served in certain certain jobs, like including the emergency commissioned officers and short service commissioned officers. जो short service पहले कर चुके हैं, who have rendered at least 5-year military service and has been released on completion of assignment. मतलब at least you have served 5 years under the short service commissioned officers. ठीक है, वहां अगर आपने 5 year तक सर्व किया है तो 5 year का रिलैक्सेशन आपको भी दिया जाएगा. ठीक है, सभी एक्स सर्विसमैन को जो है 5 year का यहाँ पे रिलैक्सेशन दिया जाएगा. Now the the people who belonging to the the differently abled people, the persons with disabilities shall be relaxable by 10 years. मतलब जो भी फिजिकली हैंडीकैप है या फिर डिफरेंटली एबल्ड है उन लोगों को जो है 10 साल तक की रियायत यहाँ पर गई है. You can you can like it is 32 years for the general, so now this becomes 42 years. Up to 42 years you can fill the form if you belong to this category, that is a differently able category. Then general category PWD, that is identified disabilities candidate, would thus be eligible for the age relaxation up to 10 years, and SC/ST PWD identified disabilities candidate will be be given 15 years. Means those who belong to the general category PWD, they have 10 years, and when it comes to the SC/ST candidates, they will get 15 years. That means they can apply up to 47 years of age they can apply. So this was about the age criteria, that up to what age you are eligible to go for this examination. Now coming to the stages of the examination, which is also very common in almost every examination. The stages are similar, but still we'll see that what are the stages involved in the Delhi Judicial Service examination. So if you look at the stages involved here, the first one is the preliminary examination. ठीक है, prelims examination सबसे पहले होगा, which is of 200 marks. 200 marks का यहाँ पर आपका पेपर होगा, and there is a negative marking of 25%, means 1/4 will be the negative marking for the wrong answer. And now it is like 200 marks is there, and now it is not there ki even if you just qualify, but you must get certain above certain percentage, like you should have got more than 60% in the general category. It is the minimum qualifying marks, minimum criteria. If you fall below the 60, if you got 59%, you may not be able to qualify this examination in any condition, because this is the minimum criteria. अगर जितनी सीटें हैं उतने बच्चे नहीं भी क्वालिफाई, चाहे वो सीट खाली रह जाएगी, लेकिन 60% से नीचे का क्राइटेरिया नहीं जाएगा. 60% से ऊपर आपको स्कोर करना ही करना. यू डोंट हैव एनी चॉइस ऑफ स्कोरिंग बिलो 60% for the general category. And when it comes to the reserve category, then it is 55% for the reserve category, that is scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and eligible categories of person with disabilities. उनके लिए 55% का क्राइटेरिया है, तो you must get 55% also if you belong to the the scheduled caste and tribe or the disability category, then you must get 55% at least. So this is the minimum criteria required under the preliminary examination. Then only you will be get a chance to write the mains examination. Otherwise you will be out of this race if you go below 60% in general category, and in reserve category you go below 55%. Now the next is the Delhi Judicial Services mains examination. उसके बाद आएगा जहां आपने pre clear कर लिया, you got the you have cleared the cutoff, then comes the mains examination. And mains examination जो है वो होगा आपका 850 marks का, 850 marks का यहाँ पर आपका पेपर होगा. Then comes if you clear this examination also, इसके अंदर अलग अलग papers है, that we will discuss later. Then comes the interview phase. In interview it will be evaluated under 150 marks के अंदर इसको evaluation किया जाएगा, and they both will be calculated for making the final merit list. Once you clear the interview, then the final merit list will be declared. Okay, so these are the stages involved in this particular examination. And the marking scheme, you have also already got 200 marks here. This is a qualifying nature, then 850 marks here and 150 marks here. So you will be evaluated, the total will be evaluated from these 1000 marks. Okay, so now moving forward, when it comes to the preliminary examination, then what is the syllabus? What are the subjects you need to cover? So most of the subjects here are those subjects which you have already done under your एलएलबी के अंदर मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ जो इसमें सिलेबस है वो आप कर चुके होंगे. सो इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू मस्ट टेक केयर ऑफ दिस थिंग when you take the admission in the LLB itself. You don't wait for completing the LLB, or I'll start preparing for this examination once I'll clear this whole LLB. So it is better that if you start preparing for this examination from the beginning itself, because the subjects here are very much similar to the subjects you're going to read in your LLB course. So let's look at the syllabus which we have here. The first one is the Constitution of India. That is which you are going to study definitely in two semesters. You will be having this 2 semesters में आपके पास constitution होगा divided, so most of the syllabus will belong to that part only. Then comes the code of civil procedure CPC you need to read. Then the CRPC, that is the code of criminal procedure 1973. Then Indian penal code, that is IPC, ये आपको यहाँ पे पढ़ना है. This is CRPC CPC. Then comes Indian Contract Act, जो कि आप अपने LLB के फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में ही पढ़ते हैं. When it comes to the 3-year LLB, आप फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में आपको पढ़ाया जाता है, and most of the syllabus related to that only. Then comes the Limited Liability Partnership Act, ये भी आपको LLB में पढ़ाया जाता है, so आप वहीं पे पढ़ सकते हैं. Then comes the Arbitration and the Conciliation Act. This is also part of the LLB course only. LLB का syllabus जो है उसी के अंदर से आता है. Then comes the Evidence Act 1872. This is also part of the the LLB coursework. Then comes SRA, that is Specific Relief Act 1963. It is also a part of your LLB program. Then comes the Limitations Act 1963. It is also being taught under this the LLB program. Then comes the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act 2012, that is POCSO. So POCSO is also in this, some sections are taught in your LLB, but you need to do this. This is a small act. You can also study this along with your LLB course, and it is also very important. So this is the one subject which you may or may not read during your any LLB course, but you can read this. This is if you have read everything, then it will not be a very difficult task for you to understand. Then comes the Commercial Codes Act 2015, that will be included here. So आपको कमर्शियल कोड्स एक्ट तो एलएलबी में नहीं पढ़ाया जाता है, शायद किसी कोर्स वर्क में हो तो बात अलग है, बट दिस इज आल्सो वेरी स्मॉल एक्ट. यू हैव टू डू सर्टेन थिंग्स आउट ऑफ द एलएलबी. तो ये भी आपके सिलेबस का पार्ट है. तो सिलेबस इज नॉट वेरी वास्ट व्हेन इट कम्स टू द प्रिलिमिनरी एग्जामिनेशन. इफ यू गो थ्रू all the subjects thoroughly along with the case laws and everything, then there is a very high probability that you may clear this examination. Okay, now coming to, this was about the preliminary examination. Now coming to the mains examination, that what are the subjects to be covered और किस तरीके से scheme होगा इसका. So when we look at the mains examination, then we can see that first paper will be of general knowledge, general legal knowledge, that is with respect to, this is to test candidates knowledge of current legal affairs. जो current legal affairs है उसको टेस्ट करने के लिए यहाँ पे दिया जाता है, and it is of 100 marks. 100 नंबर का आपका ये पेपर होगा. यहाँ पे इसको आपको यहाँ से good number of marks you must score. Then comes the language. In language you need to write an essay, translation, and precise writing. So this is just to test the the candidate's knowledge as well as the power of expression in English, that how you can express yourself in the English language, because as you know in Delhi sabhi courts जो है वो English में काम करती है. There is no other language in which the course जो वहाँ पे courts में काम होता है वो किसी और language में नहीं होता है, English में ही होता है. तो you must be well versed with this language. Then क्रेडिट विल बी गिवन बोथ फॉर द सब्सटेंस एंड द एक्सप्रेशन. जो आप लिखेंगे जो मटेरियल उसके लिए भी आपको नंबर दिए जाएंगे, प्लस जिस तरीके से आप उसको एक्सप्रेस करते हैं इसके लिए भी आपको वहां पे नंबर ग्रांट किए जाएंगे. कन्वर्सली उसके साथ ही डिडक्शन विल बी मेड फॉर बैड एक्सप्रेशन, फॉल्ट्स ऑफ ग्रामर एंड मिसयूज ऑफ द वर्ड. अगर आप गलत तरीके से ग्रामेटिकल मिस्टेक करते हैं, गलत एक्सप्रेशंस यूज करते हैं, या वर्ड्स का मिसयूज करते हैं, या इस तरीके की कोई भी गलती करते हैं, then definitely deduction of marks will also take place. There will be 2 passages for the translation. One is in English. एक को इंग्लिश से हिंदी में करना होगा और दूसरे को जो है हिंदी से इंग्लिश में करना होगा, देवनागरी स्क्रिप्ट में, ठीक है। और ये आपका जो होगा वो होगा 150 मार्क्स का। ये जो आपका है पहला आपका था 100 मार्क्स का, दिस विल बी फॉर द 150 मार्क्स। देन आपका जो लीगल में फर्स्ट पेपर आता है, दिस इज विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द सिविल लॉ 1, दिस इज आल्सो ऑफ 200 मार्क्स, 200 नंबर का यहाँ पर होगा आपका, जिसके अंदर कि आपका इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट, सेल्स ऑफ गुड्स एक्ट, ट्रांसफर ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी एक्ट, दैट इज टीपीए, एसआरए, स्पेसिफिक रिलीफ एक्ट, हिंदू लॉ, then Mohammedan law, then Delhi Rent Control Act 1958, Law of Torts, NDMC Act, New Delhi Municipal Council Act 1994, then Delhi Municipal Corporation MCD Act 1957, then Commercial Codes Act 2015. This will be the first paper of 200 marks. It will be a written paper. Okay, it will be a written paper in your mains exam. Then comes the Civil Law 2. सिविल लॉ 2 उसके बाद है, इट इज ऑल्सो ऑफ 200 मार्क्स, एज वी हैव सेड कि टोटल जो है वो 850 मार्क्स का है मेंस एग्जामिनेशन, सो ऑल दीज इंक्लूड इन दिस 850 marks. So first one is CPC, then Evidence, then Limitations Act, Registration Act 1908, then Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996, Trademark Act, then Copyright Act 1957. So this is the syllabus in the Civil Law 2 and it is also of 200 marks. Now coming to the criminal law, it is also of 200 marks, 200 नंबर का पेपर यहाँ पे भी आपका होगा। और इसके अंदर जो जो आप चीजें कवर करनी है, दैट इज सीआरपीसी, क्रिमिनल प्रोसीजर कोड, देन योर आईपीसी, एविडेंस एक्ट, देन प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ वुमेन फ्रॉम डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस मींस डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस एक्ट, एनआई एक्ट, दैट इज नेगोशिएबल इंस्ट्रूमेंट एक्ट 1881, देन POSH Act, that is Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013. Then Juvenile Justice Act, that is Juvenile Justice, Care and Protection of Children Act 2015. All these subjects will be covered under criminal law paper, that is of 200 marks. Then comes, once you clear this examination, then comes the interview. Interview will be of 150 marks. 150 marks का होगा, and in this, the candidate of general category must secure at least minimum 40% marks in each written paper. जो हमने ऊपर डिस्कस किए जितने पेपर, सिविल 1, सिविल 2 and criminal, in all the papers you must at least get 40%. Okay, minimum 40% हर पेपर के अंदर in each paper and 50% मार्क्स इन एग्रीगेट। 40% तो आपको सब में चाहिए ही, 40% उसमें, 40% उसमें, 40% उसमें, एंड in total you need to get at least 50% marks. 50% marks आपको चाहिए ही चाहिए. And when it comes to the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and differently able people, they are required to get minimum 35% and overall 45% marks like this. यहाँ पे जैसे 40 था, यहाँ पे वो 35 हो जाएगा, 35, 35, 35 and it will be in total it will be at least 45. और इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आपको इतनी परसेंट लानी है, दिस इज द मिनिमम क्राइटेरिया यू मस्ट फॉलो, आफ्टर दैट यू विल बी एबल, आपको गिना ही तभी जाएगा जब आप इतना मिनिमम लेके आएंगे। सो दिस वाज अबाउट द दिल्ली जुडिशियल सर्विस एग्जामिनेशन, जो इसका पैटर्न है, एग्जामिनेशन में क्या क्या आएगा, क्या सिलेबस है, and this year अभी recently हो रहा है, तो you must go through the paper once it is out in the public domain. You must look at the paper, the kind of pattern they give, so that you can prepare for the future examinations. So this was all about the Delhi Judicial Service Examination Scheme. So thank you so much everyone for joining us. Please stay with us in the next sessions to come, so we can discuss more about the judicial service examinations of different states. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone. Thank you for joining.